So, hello everybody. My name's John Hackston. I'm the head of thought leadership at the Myers-Briggs company. And today I'm talking to Dr. Aqualus Gordon, or Quay. If it's okay to use your usual
That's
name from now, Quay.
sounds good.
Quay is an associate. Wonderful. Quay is an associate professor of psychological science at the University of Central Missouri, and his interests and his research include psychology, men's health, mental health issues generally, counseling, and human personality. And he's written many research papers, many articles, many of them using personality type, looking at that part of the human psyche and the Myers-Briggs type model, as well as obviously being a teacher at his university. So, Quay, welcome. Tell me, what did I miss when I introduced you there?
At first, it's very good to be here, and yeah, I do wear a lot of hats, so no problems missing anything. I will say the one thing that I've recently started up here in the Kansas City area is a little clinical practice. So added another hat to my wardrobe there.
So wearing lots of hats. Perhaps we'll come back to your clinical practice in a little while. But I know that one thing you were particularly keen to talk about today, I think, was some of the work you're doing, validating and researching, really some of Carl Jung's personality theories, I guess, the real bedrock that tools like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator are built on.
That's right. Yeah. I entered academia with an interest in personality. It wasn't kind of my area coming in. I did my dissertation, as you mentioned, on men's health. I do research on sexuality and gender. But this is something that's just always fascinated me. And in particular, it was something I really got interested in during my internship, my clinical internship, and my postdoc. I just really got into exploring Carl Jung. And this led
Okay.
me down this path, I guess I'll say serendipitously, to the Myers-Briggs. I had no clue. I, of course, heard of the Myers-Briggs, but I had no clue they were connected. And so after that, I just really got into exploring this from an academic and a clinical perspective.
Excellent. And I know that many people, when they start finding out about Jung and they take tools like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, often they have, often it's called an aha moment, suddenly where things click into place, where
Mm.
they understand something about themselves. For me, it was things about how I react to stress, for example, and why sometimes I'm so certain I've told people I've decided something and really I haven't at all. Were any aha moments for you?
Oh, for sure. I almost want to pull it out and read it, but I remember reading from Jung's psychological types. I finally got my hands on the book. He's written a couple essays here and there about this, but I found out he's got a whole volume where he's talking about personality type, and so I picked this book up and I flipped to the section on extroverted intuition, which is my dominant type, and it just felt like I was reading a
Yeah.
biography. You know, it just really did click in for me. And one of the things that really strikes home, and it's a thing I hear as a criticism of the Myers-Briggs and Young's typology is, that it doesn't give any negatives. All the types are positive. And that absolutely is not true. I mean, you speaking to, how you handle stress, and Young certainly goes on and on about what these types are like when they're not well balanced or when they're under pressure. And so I think, that criticism, on the top is pretty not founded. So yeah, that was one of the
Yeah.
moments it clicked in for me. I started going around to my friends and reading, their type to them and saying, "Does this sound like you?" So even before I was doing real research, I was doing a little research.